Hi friends, I Srinath Pandav welcome you all to CS Specialist. Today the topic is decoding the UPSC syllabus and the sources we have to read for the UPSC CSC. How we proceed in the lecture is first we see the detailed background of the syllabus and in the later stage we see the sources that we need to read for this syllabus. As in the previous lecture we have covered that UPSC CSC has three stages, that is prelims, mains and interview, and in the same way we see the syllabus of the prelim stage, main stage and interview stage. In the prelim stage we GS paper 1 and GS paper 2. GS paper 1 consists of 100 questions and is of 200 marks, 2 marks each, and there is a negative marks of 33%. And GS2 paper also consists of 200 marks and is of 80 questions. It consists 2.5 marks each. It is a qualifying nature, that is you have to get at least 67 marks to evaluate your GS paper 1, and this GS paper 1 is a merit paper where through this merit you will be qualified for the mains. Next, coming to the main stage, we can see the syllabus of the qualifying papers, merit based papers, and instead of seeing the syllabus of the optional subjects we see what are all the subjects that we can choose for the optional subjects and also the literature that we can choose for the optional subjects. Then coming to the interview stage, let's see what exactly they tested in the personality test. Now let's move on to the detailed breakdown of the syllabus for prelims, mains and interview. In prelim stage, this is a qualifying stage for mains with two papers, that is GS1 and CSAT paper, civil services aptitude test. Let's decode the syllabus of GS paper 1. In GS paper 1 they have given the current events. Current events is of national and international importance. Here you have to refer the current affairs, that is newspaper and magazines, and other sources like PIB, budget, economic surveys. In the next topic, that is history of India and Indian national movement, you have to cover ancient India, Indian history, medieval Indian history and modern history, and later freedom struggles and significant events, personalities and movements. This is what you have to cover in the history of India and Indian national movement. Indian and world geography, here you have to read the physical geography, social geography, economic geography of India but also of the world. In Indian polity and governance, you have to cover the constitution, political system, panchayati raj, public policy, right issues, etc. And next, in the economic and social development, you have to cover sustainable development, poverty, inclusion, demographics, social sector initiatives. Environment and ecology, you have to cover the biodiversity, climate change, environmental issues. And in general science, you should have basics of physics, chemistry, biology with current applications. This is what GS1 syllabus of prelims paper. Then coming to the CSAT paper, which is of qualifying nature, you have to get at least 33% of marks, that is around 67 marks. Here the syllabus is reading comprehension, logical reasoning and analytical ability, decision making and problem solving, numerical ability at class 10 level, then data interpretation and basic quantitative aptitude. This is what the syllabus of CSAT paper consists of. Now coming to the main stage, mains exam has 9 papers total, out of which 7 papers are counted for merit. These 9 papers consist 2 language papers, essay paper, 4 GS papers and 2 optional papers. Let's see the syllabus of the qualifying papers. Paper A is of compulsory Indian language paper, where you have to select one of the languages from the year schedule, and paper B is of the English language. In this qualifying paper, we have seen the components in the previous lecture, that it is also consist of comprehension, translation, precise writing, etc. One is essay paper. Here there are two sections, that is part A and part B. Part A and part B with topics from current issues, philosophy, ethics, and part A consists of four essay topics and part B consists of 4 essay topics. You have to choose one essay topics from part A and one essay topics from the part B, and you have to write totally 2 essays for 250 marks. Next, the GS paper. Here there are 4 GS paper. One is GS1 paper. In GS1 paper, the syllabus is Indian heritage and culture, history and geography. Here you have to cover Indian art and culture, history and geography, society. This is what the total 4 subjects you have to cover in the GS1 paper of the mains. Next, coming to the GS2 paper, the syllabus is governance, constitution, polity, social justice and international relation. In GIST, you have to cover Indian polity, governance, then social justice, international relations, and the questions arise from the each topics that has been mentioned in the syllabus. In GS3, the syllabus is economic development, technology, environment, security and disaster management. The subjects you have to cover in this is economics, science and tech, environment and ecology, internal security and disaster management. GS4 syllabus includes ethics, integrity and aptitude, and you have to cover the ethics in detail, integrity and aptitudes in detail. Then coming to the optional paper, instead of seeing the syllabus, let's see what all subjects we can choose and also the literature paper that we can choose for the optional subjects. One is agriculture, animal husbandry and veterinary science, anthropology, botany, chemistry, civil engineering, commerce and accountancy, economics, electrical engineering, geography, geology, history, law, management, mathematics, mechanical engineering, medical sciences, philosophy, physics, political science and international relation, psychology, public administration, sociology, statistics, zoology. All these 25 subjects has its own syllabus. So based on your choice, you have to see the syllabus, decode the syllabus. And the literature for the optional subjects includes Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santhali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, English. These are all the literature subjects which you can choose for the literature as a optional. Then coming to the interview stage is tested to the personality, where it is conducted by the UPSC board, and UPSC board evaluate the candidates mental alertness, critical power of assimilation, clear and logical explanation, balance of judgment, depth of interest, leadership skills and intellectual and moral integrity. Important notes for all these main subjects include the optional subjects should be chosen based on the interest, background and scoring trends. Technical subjects like engineering, medicine are often chosen by candidates with specific academic qualification, and there is no rule that only these technical subjects are chosen by this specific academic qualification. You can choose any of the technical subjects, but you have to show interest in that and you have to cover all the topics. Literature subjects are also popular among candidates with passion for language and literature. Let's look on the sources that we have to read for this syllabus. The sources that we have to read for the prelims and mains. First, coming to the general studies, history. In ancient history, you cover class 11th themes in Indian history part 1 or R.S. Sharma's Indian Ancient Past. Instead of doing this, I recommend you to study the Tamil Nadu NCLT. Then in medieval history, there is a NCLT of class 11th themes in Indian history. Also, instead of doing this, cover the Tamil Nadu NCLT. And the Satish Chandra book of History of Medieval India. In modern history, NCLT of class 12th themes in Indian history part 3. Instead of doing this, cover the Tamil Nadu NCLT, where it will become one source at your hand, and cover the spectrum, a brief history of modern India. Coming to the geography, you have to cover NCLT class 6 to 12, and it is a must read NCLTs because the NCLTs are well designed that it is easy to understand and interest to read. Next, you have to read the GC Leong Certificate Physical and Human Geography. Here you can read selective subjects, selective chapters. In Atlas, coming to the Atlas, of Oxford releases two Atlas, one the school Atlas and student Atlas. Buy the student Atlas because it is detailed in nature, or Orient Black Swan Atlas. Buy anyone from this Oxford or Orient. If you are buying from the Oxford, please refer the student Atlas. Next, coming to the polity, Indian polity, that is covered through the M. Lakshmikant, and NCERT political sciences, especially class 11th and 12th. Economy, NCERT class 11th and 12th especially cover the macroeconomics, not the microeconomics. Other sources to read includes Ramesh Singh, Indian Economy, Budget and Economic Survey. These are the government documents and you have to read it. Sriram IAS, Indian Economy Notes, or Brunal Sir's Notes. For economy, you have to cover the NCERT class 11 and 12th, especially the microeconomics. Budget and Economic Survey is the must, and from Ramesh Singh, Sriram IAS or Brunal Sir, you have to refer one among it. Environment ecology, in NCERT you have to class 12th biology, you have to cover chapters, especially the last 4 chapters. For the standard books, either you refer the Shankar IAS Academy or PMF IAS notes, which you feel better, and you have to be updated with current affairs. Then coming to the science and technology, as science and technology based on mainly on the current affairs, refer the Hindu or Indian Express or Mint for the science and especially the science and tech sections. Also refer websites like ISRO, DRDO and PIB. Art and culture, here cover NCERT class 11th and Introduction to Indian Art. It is a must read book. Then for standard source, refer in Nitin Singhania's Indian Art and Culture. For current affairs, read the newspaper, the Hindu, Indian Express or Mint, and monthly magazines, which is designed by the institutes. And websites you have to refer includes PIB, PRS India. PRS India, where you get the laws that has been designed, datas, facts, which is important for the mains. Let's only see the general study main specific sources. GS4 is totally mains oriented. The syllabus is ethics, integrity and aptitude. Here you can refer the lexicon book or decay biology book. Apart from this, you have to refer the ARC report, where especially the ethics in governance. Next, case studies, practice with previous year papers and coaching material, and also refer the toppers coffee. Then coming to the internal security, which comes in the general studies paper 3. Here challenges to internal security of India by Ashok Kumar and Vipul. ARC reports, especially related chapters of the internal security. Then current affairs covers newspaper and monthly compilations. Disaster management, which comes under the GS paper 3. Here you can mainly rely on the current affairs, but you should have the separate notes of disaster management, so you can easily use in the mains paper, and refer NDMA guidance when as and when it is required. Optional subjects, refer standard sources, toppers copy and notes in the mark. Let's see how to read the sources. First, choosing the reliable source. For example, NCERT's standard books, newspaper and magazines. So these are your reliable sources and you have to stick on these reliable sources. Next, develop a reading strategy. How to develop a reading strategy? First, focus on the syllabus. Syllabus is very important, where you will know that what not to read. After focusing on the syllabus, you should have the layered approach. That is, first read the basic materials. Basic materials includes NCERT, then gradually move on to the advanced sources and for deeper understanding. And apart from this, refer the PYQs, themes to understand. Then read actively. Highlight the key points, take notes in your own words, use diagrams, mind maps, flowcharts for better retention. How to read actively? Just have a sample of it. Here there is a topic of Hyderabad state. Let's see how to read. For reading, you should have first reading, second reading, third reading, then own notes. In the first reading, if there is a topic, you have to skim over the topic, or if there is a chapter, you have to skim over the chapter. Let's see how to skim. The state of Hyderabad consisted of Telangana, Northern Karnataka and Marathwada. Was ruled by Nizams for more than 2 centuries. It was biggest of all the 563 princely states with 1.8 crore population. Osman Ali Khan, the seventh and the last Nizam of Hyderabad, proclaimed that he would remain independent. On 29 November 1947, there was a standstill agreement signed by the Government of India and Nizam, according to which Nizam surrendered defense and external affairs to Delhi. Nizam developed a cordial relation with Pakistan and started acquiring arms by violating the standstill agreement. The Indian government, with no option, mounted military operation against Nizam, that is Operation Polo, was initiated, which was led by General J.N. Chowdhury. As a result, on September 17, 1948, Hyderabad state was integrated into Indian Union. The credit for integration of princely state goes to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, popularly known as Indian Bismarck. Bismarck united different parts and created modern Germany. So, this should be your first reading. In the first reading, you know the content, what exactly the content contains in this topic. In the second reading, just highlights the points. The state of Hyderabad consisted of Telangana, Northern Karnataka and Marathwada. So this is not important because UPSC doesn't ask the question that what exactly the Hyderabad state consists of. Then Hyderabad was ruled by Nizam, so it is important. Who ruled the Hyderabad state? It was ruled by the Nizam. For more than centuries, it was biggest of all the 563 princely states. Hence, it is a fact. Yes, it is important, but 1.8 crore population, it is not an important data or fact. Osman Ali Khan, the seventh and then last Nizam. Just remember this Osman Ali Khan name or highlight it. Last Nizam of Hyderabad proclaimed that he would remain independent. In 1947, there was standstill agreement. Standstill agreement between whom? Government of India and Nizam. According to standstill agreement, the Nizam surrendered defense and external affairs to Delhi. Nizam developed cordial relation with Pakistan and started acquiring arms by violating just highlight the violated standstill agreement. Then Indian government mounted military operation called Operation Polo. Then lastly, through Operation Polo, Hyderabad state was integrated into Indian Union. The credit of integration of princely states goes to the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, popularly known as Indian Bismarck. This is what you have to highlight in the second reading. In the third reading, just make the notes of from the keywords. Hyderabad state, just write the was ruled by Nizams. Then Hyderabad was biggest state of all the 563 princely states. Osman Ali Khan, last Nizam of Hyderabad, he decided to remain independent. So standstill agreement between Government of India and Nizam. In this standstill agreement, Nizam surrendered the defense and external affairs but violated the standstill agreement. Then Indian government mounted the military Operation Polo, and Hyderabad state was lastly integrated into Indian Union. And integration of princely states credit goes to the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who is also called as Iron Man of India and Indian Bismarck. So this is what in the third reading we have to make the notes of it. And lastly, the keywords notes, that is you have to take one A4 sheet and just write Hyderabad state. First point, ruled by Nizam. Second point, biggest of 563 princely states. Third point, Government of India and Nizam standstill agreement. Violated by Nizam. Hence Indian government or Government of India military operation called Operation Polo through this operation Hyderabad state integrated into India. And the credit for the integration of princely states goes to the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who is known as Iron Man of India and also the Bismarck. So this should be the final notes where you have to revise and go for the examination. So friends, I feel that you understand how to read the sources. Then coming to the practice and revision. Scheduled regular revision. The revision should be weekly or monthly. Keep separate short notes for last minute revision. As I have noted earlier that should be your last short notes and last minute revision. Then practice answer writing. Apply what to learn by solving previous year papers and mock test. Incorporate points from your reading into answers. So in this topic we have seen the detailed syllabus of the UPSC CSE. In UPSC CSE we have seen the syllabus of prelims where there are two papers, GS1 and CSAT. We have decoded the syllabus in detail. Later coming to the main stage, in Indian language paper we have already decoded in the previous lecture, so we have not gone in detail. Then essay, we have seen that there are part A and part B. Here there are 4 essay topics, here there are 4 essay topics, and you have to choose one among the part A and one among the part B, and you have to write total 2 essays. And coming to the GS papers, we have decoded the syllabus in detail. For GS1 we have seen that we have to cover history, geography, society, and for GS2 we have seen that we have to cover polity, governance, social justice, international relation. And for GS3 we have seen that we have to cover economy, science and tech, environment, disaster management, internal security. And GS4 we have seen that ethics, integrity and aptitude. And apart from this we have seen the sources that we have to read for the all these papers. For history, as when it comes to the NCERT, just rely on the Tamil Nadu NCERT. Standard sources you have to read is Spectrum for the modern history. Then coming to the geography, we have seen all the NCERT from 6th to 12th is necessary to read, and apart from this you have to rely on GC Leong for standard sources. Polity from NCERT, that is 11th and 12th, then rely on Lakshmikant book for standard source. In economy, you have to refer the 11th and 12th NCERT, cover the macroeconomics, and standard source either refer Ramesh Singh or Mrunal sir notes or Sriram IS notes. Then come the environment. For environment, in the 12th biology chapter you have to cover last 4 chapters and rely on the PMF IS notes or Shankar IS notes. These are the sources you have to refer, and I also told how to read the sources. Thank you friends.